Hi, I'm Gretchen Zaitsev. I'm the Canyons District Library Media Specialist, and I'm with,
Leslie Morris, and I'm the high school ELA specialist.
and we're here for this bite-sized PD on how to use Beanstack in your classrooms to support reading K-12.
All right.
Our learning intentions for today are that we are learning how to use Beanstack with our students so that we can use it to encourage lifelong reading. We'll know we're successful when we have logged in to a Beanstack account. You know how to create a challenge for your students, and you have the resources needed to help students log into their own Beanstack accounts.
Yeah. So this is a good overview today, and we're going to talk about it at the end, but we'll have a deeper session where you can get in and practice at the Elevated Teaching Summit this summer.
And you're asking, well, what is Beanstack? What is it that I'm actually learning about? So Beanstack is a digital platform, an app that encourages reading through challenges and other activities. We're going to watch a short video from Beanstack that explains more about it.
Voice-based reading drives better test scores and student outcomes. But existing reading motivation tools don't provide useful data, and many include assessments that take the fun out of reading. That's why we created Beanstack. Beanstack helps your school grow a true culture of reading and highlights your school library. Like a Fitbit for reading, it motivates students and keeps track of how much they've read at school and at home. Here's how it works. Beanstack comes with a huge library of ready-to-roll reading challenges, plus national sponsored challenges. Educators can customize our templates, create challenges from scratch, and build challenges around specific reading lists. Students, parents, and teachers log reading directly through their school's customized site or the Beanstack mobile app. Scan a book's barcode or import reading from an ebook platform. Beanstack does the rest, timing reading sessions and building a reading log. Students earn badges, achievements, and streaks to keep them reading each day. They can even add friends and compete on a leaderboard. And as an added bonus, your school can raise money with the Beanstack Reading Fundraiser System by challenging students to gain donations from friends and family as they read more. Integration with Clever, ClassLink, and other single sign-on systems means students can log in with ease while administrators enjoy automated, always up-to-date rostering. Teachers can log reading for individual students or a whole class and view up-to-the-minute reading stats and logs. Administrators have separate access privileges so they can gain extensive data insights. Your dedicated school success manager saves you time and even helps your school or district design new challenges. Beanstack has been featured on Shark Tank, the New York Times, the Washington Post, and TechCrunch, and it's used by over 10,000 schools and public libraries around the world. To learn more and get a personalized quote, visit us at beanstack.com. Keep reading.
So, Gretchen, one thing I loved about Beanstack when we first looked at this was how engaging it was for students to log their reading, to do challenges, and to get badges. And it made me think about as adults, like we use Goodreads and we love to share what we're reading and we do challenges to see how many books we can read every year.
Right. So Beanstack is like the gamification and digification of something that we've been doing all along on paper.
Yeah.
So, as a parent, I would get these reading logs and I was supposed to track what my family was reading and then how much time and sign it off and send it in. And, it was just a lot of work. And so this simplifies all of that for families and teachers in that, it's an app, so you have access to it digitally on your phone. You can scan it right there while you're reading. And then, you don't have to worry about, junior getting that paper back to the teacher in order to get credit for the minutes.
Yeah. So I thought it'd be good for you guys to see what my Beanstack looks like as a user with the Salt Lake County Public Library. Okay, so right here, we're logged into my Salt Lake County Library Beanstack account. And so you can see it will have current challenges you're participating in. So I'm in this 40 book challenge. I just joined, even though it said March 1st, I just joined. But it's to read 40 books by the end of the year, and you can earn badges. So they have different badges you can read, and it will keep a log for you. But what's kind of cool is like, here are new challenges. So I'm interested in doing this library challenge. and I can click on it. It will tell me a little bit about it. So we're going to celebrate National Library Week. Spread the love. And so it has pick up a new book, explore new resources, and earn virtual badges along the way. So I can just join that challenge. So when you create a challenge for your students, it's that easy for them to join.
And look, you've unlocked a badge already just by
Woohoo!
joining.
I love it.
And one of the nice things about the fact that the county library also uses Beanstack is all those minutes count across all your challenges. So while you're reading for your April Library Love Challenge,
Mhm.
that also counts towards your 40 book challenge for 2025.
Exactly. I love that. And then you can see like past challenges. So I did the winter reading, and you can see all the badges that I earned, which I ended up earning all of them because I'm just a reader. And they had a reward where I got to pick up a free book. And so I went in and got a puzzle book. And then it keeps this nice log so you can see all of the books that I read during that time. So it's super fun. I don't have friends. I've written some reviews. Um,
And not all of these features are available for our students based on age.
yeah.
So your Canyons Beanstack might look a little bit different, and our students' Beanstacks will look a little bit different than the one that's available to an adult through the
Yeah.
county library.
But what's really nice is we have this streak. So I know that kids love a good Snapchat streak. And this is how you can see. So you can see I read a ton the first week of February and then kind of dwindled.
It's okay. But at least, even though your reading was disrupted, you didn't lose all of that information
Yeah.
about what you'd already done.
Yeah, it's already there. Okay, so just to go over how Beanstack motivates students, and Gretchen already talked about this, but it gamifies reading, and it creates this motivation because it taps into our intrinsic human desire to earn things, to get things.
Right, to achieve.
Yeah, to achieve. And then it helps us set attainable goals for students because for me, I'm a very fast reader, so it's not attainable for me. I mean, it's very attainable for me to read 100 pages, right? But for another student, that is an impossible goal, or it feels like an impossible goal for them. And so because they count reading time rather than minutes, it creates attainable goals. Everybody can read for 10 minutes. And
Right.
I might read 10 pages and somebody else might read 5, but it's all the
It's
same.
still 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's still great. It also allows for student choice. So a lot of students have a lack of interest in reading because they don't see in-class reading and reading logs as honoring their own choice. So this offers diverse reading opportunities, and it lets them choose what appeals to them because we're not counting pages, we're not counting number or certain books unless you wanted to do that challenge. Like if you want to do the Beehive Book Challenge or the Book Blitz Awards or Book Blitz books. But all minutes are good minutes.
Right. And along with choice, like even if you were to design a challenge around like different genres, they could still choose their own books
Mhm.
within those genres.
Yeah.
So as opposed to not necessarily picking a book
Mhm.
that everybody's going to read, though you can set up that kind of challenge also.
Yeah, you can. You can. And then the last way it motivates is it gives small rewards and recognitions. I mean, I loved getting a book from the library, and it was just a little puzzle book, but I loved being able to go in as an adult and be like, I finished the challenge. But also the badges, and it's fun. You can really make those cute and fun. And we'll talk about this later, but they have great resources. You don't have to design everything. So,
Right. And if you're in an elementary school and your school is using Road to Success, then the Miller Foundation provides
Mhm.
those little prizes and everything for those reading challenges that they're doing at the elementary school,
yeah.
which makes it even more fun. And for our elementary users, the more milestones they meet, they can put their name in and they might just win a bicycle, which would be
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yeah, super fun. We have linked here if you want to read more about reading motivation, we link to studies below.
For teachers, we are actually in the process of adding Beanstack to all of our school websites. So you'll be able to go to your school's website, and in the drop down, you'll just see Beanstack like you can here at Canyon View Elementary. Or you can download the app and then find your school. You can also access it through Clever. Teachers are automatically given accounts and the classes are pre-populated.
Yep. And so we put that link there for you for our secondary folks who don't use Clever quite as often. If you want to see what it looks like for a teacher, we've linked this video from Beanstack so you can see the teacher dashboard and go back and look at it in more detail. Okay, so let's talk about creating a reading challenge because I really feel like that's the heart of Beanstack is creating these challenges. Now I've linked here for you step-by-step instructions and a pre-planning worksheet, but I thought I would just come in and show you what a real challenge looks like. So we're here in Canyon View Elementary's page. They have over like 1.5 million minutes. That's incredible. So that's super exciting. We can come over and look at their challenges and see that they're currently running 2 different challenges. Let's look at their Spring into Reading challenge. We are not going to edit anything. We're just going to look at it. But you can see like you're going to fill in some details, your name, your description, and kind of where you want it and create a header image. Now, this is actually an image from inside Beanstack, so they didn't have to design that. That's really great. And then you decide what badges you want. So they're getting badges just for logging, but you can complete activities, you can write reviews. So as like a high school English teacher, maybe I want to include badges for writing reviews, and that's a part of the challenge because I want them writing.
And the nice thing is as a teacher, you will be able to see those before they're posted publicly.
Yeah, which is key. And then down below you have all of the badges. So these are all pre-populated into this challenge. They didn't have to create them. They could just edit them, but you can add and create your own badges, and as many as you want.
Right. And so these are themed for spring, which is one nice thing about using something that's already like designed, but you can design your own using their templates, or you can add your own images.
Yeah, which is great. Then we have tickets. So this is how they are using it, is like every time a student earns a badge, they get a ticket. So it will do, and then you can put in prizes, and then you can put in completion requirements, meaning that they have to get all of their badges in order to get the prize at the end. So
or you can require that they only get specific badges, but those who have an opportunity to read more can earn more.
Yeah, can get an additional. So you can set up a tiered system there, which is super nice. I'm not going to save and exit that. I'm just going to back out of all of this because I don't want to fix it. I don't want to ruin anything. But it's really easy to create a challenge. I'm going to come into our admin account and just show you how you create a challenge real quick, just so you can see it from the beginning. Now we're going to create a summer reading challenge. And so we're actually going to do log any reading. And they have templates that you can search. Oh, I love this. Splash into stories. I love that. So you can preview it, but let's just modify this challenge for time's sake. It's going to be added to our challenge here. And then you can come in here and edit.
So we can make it Canyon's summer reading challenge.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to scroll over here, lash into stories, take out that. And then here we can change the text. It already has our header image for us. We can say, yep, we want to publish it. So it walks you through everything, and what's really great is we can limit challenges to specific people based on grade or age. We can do a range of grades, and when do I want it to start? And then here's all of our badges.
And they're already designed to match our theme.
Yep, they're designed to match the theme, and you can actually edit. So let's say I actually want to make this last one 700, right? I can come in here and make that last one larger. I can also edit these and say, actually, oh, we chose minutes, so they're all going to be minutes, but you can change what it's called. And if you want to make it fun or cute, and you can change the badge, but
Right.
I wouldn't. I would want to use what they have.
Right. But if you feel like maybe they're geared to younger students and you have older students, or if you want to do, like we talked about, doing the different national parks here in Utah. So you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really easy to customize. And then I'm just going to do my completion requirements. And you can see here, it's a draft. I'm going to keep it as a draft because we're not ready to publish this out to all of you yet, but we can save and our challenge would be set up. It's that quick. And the minute you save and publish a challenge, it shows up on your student's dashboard and all they have to do is go in and click.
Right.
All right. Okay, so let's talk. We've seen what it looks like on teacher's side. You've seen what it looks like for me as
A user.
but I didn't log any minutes. But what students are going to do to log in, they're going to go into Clever. They're going to search for Beanstack and click on the icon. Then they're just going to log in with their CSD Docs account. So it's super easy and it automatically creates an account for them. You don't need to create accounts. It syncs with Clever. It's all done for you. And it will immediately take them to their dashboard and they can join a challenge. So we have here a video of what it looks like for a student, so you can see that. But students can also use it on a mobile device. Now for our younger students, let's hope they don't all have cell phones, but for our high school students, then they could download the mobile app and log in. They just find their school, log in, and they're ready to go. It will sync from the web to the mobile app.
Right. So you don't have to always be going to your device or always be going to your phone. It's synchronized so that any minutes you log using your phone will automatically show up on your dashboard when you log in using your Chromebook.
Yeah. So let's talk about how we log minutes.
So it's super easy. So every book on the back has what's called an ISBN. And, if you've grocery shopped and used a scanner, you've seen something very similar. You can use the camera on your phone to scan the ISBN number and it will automatically upload. And then you can add the minutes. So you can track your reading on a book. So, you were reading The Book Thief and you can track how many minutes you read each night until you finished The Book Thief. Or you can actually just log in and type in the minutes on your calendar.
Yeah, I really liked that. I liked starting the timer and letting it just go because then I didn't have to keep track of the time and it was just counting all that time for me. So, and it saves your books. So once you scan in a book and I go to log, because I read multiple books at a time, I can just choose that book and it keeps track. Now, one thing I didn't do as I was reading is it will actually also keep track of how far you are in the book. So you can keep track of, oh, I'm 52 pages in, and it will calculate
the percentage of the book that you've read.
Which is super great, especially to see how much you read it in a day or in a specific time.
So you can track your progress as opposed to just your minutes, because maybe reading 120 minutes, you don't know really how much of the book that you've read.
Yeah.
So what about digital books? Have you ever used it to track a digital book?
Yep, I do it the exact same way. I can't scan a barcode, but so what I do is I just search for the book and choose it that way. And instead, you can choose track by percentage, and I can on an ebook, it will tell you how far you are in for the percentage.
Plus, you can start your timer and it
Mhm.
just calculates the minutes that you're actually reading,
Yeah.
regardless of what device or whether you're reading a print book
Yeah.
or listening to an audiobook.
Yeah. Now, something really cool here, I think is an advanced option, maybe once you've kind of started a little bit, is you can log minutes for your entire class. So let's say we're reading The Book Thief in class and we read for 20 minutes. I can actually go in and log those 20 minutes for all of my students. It helps them like get their badges. It helps them like accomplish their challenges. And we're honoring that like we are reading in school and it's just as important as reading at home.
Right. So, and that's helpful for, a challenge, like if you have a school-based challenge where your
Mhm.
goal is, for instance, like Canyon Review, to read 2 million minutes, all
Yeah.
of those minutes count.
Yeah. All those minutes count. Right. So this last slide just has some resources for you. We've linked here like Beanstack 101 on the web. So all the articles that help you with working with Beanstack on the web, working with mobile, the planning worksheet. But I want to show you two places where you can get more information. So let me actually go back to our admin account here. Actually, let me go back to Canyon Views.
Mhm.
If you come over here and you click on this support button, you can start searching or you can look by topic. Another place they have is this Beanstack Basics. If you are a video person, if you learn best by watching, they have videos in all of these. So if you need to watch a video of how to set up a challenge, how to do tickets, they're all here. But they also have over here on the right this need help. And if you click here, it opens up their help center. And I really like the knowledge base. So I like reading the articles, but it also has trainings, free trainings that you can go to and watch. And you can actually submit a support ticket if something's not working for you. But I really like how they have divided this up and just given so many resources for us to use.
And if you have any questions about Beanstack and you're at a middle school or high school, you can reach out to your teacher librarian and they can help support you. If you need help at an elementary school, reach out to myself or your elementary specialist, and we will be happy to help you set this up and get it rolling.
Yeah. So I stopped sharing our screen, but the very last slide is come join us at the Elevated Teaching Summit in June. We are going to go through this in way more detail and help you walk through setting up your very first challenge that you could do with your students next fall. And we'll also have information about our own district-wide reading challenge that we will have this summer. We have books for prizes. It's going to be great.
Yeah, so if you're a reader, this is absolutely going to help you both personally and professionally. And if you're not a reader, but you want to build a reading culture in your classrooms, this is going to be like the fastest, easiest way for you to accomplish that goal.
Yeah. So happy reading.